Hi, my name is Tiffanie Peters. I'm an artist. My current medium that I use right now is oil painting. I also use soft pastels and I work with printmaking, mostly lino cuts. Originally, I'm from Washington State. I grew up in a teeny tiny town. So I knew that as soon as I graduated high school, I had to leave, So I went to school in Southern California, kind of bounced between San Francisco and Long Beach for my fashion design schooling, and settled in Long Beach, California, and then worked. I first began my artistic, career began with fashion design. I went to school for fashion design for a couple of years, and then I worked in the industry for about 10 years. In all areas, I worked from design, customer service, office manager, sales, PR, all of it. So it was a pretty well-rounded career in fashion. At one point I realized that the industry is just super toxic. It's a business, it's 100% a business, and I think that's the difference between art and design. Art is for me, is 100% creative. Design is money-based practice. So yeah. Just knew I needed a change. I needed something different. And, I began taking night classes, painting and drawing classes, 2015. And it was like my escape, working during the day, corporate 9 to 5, you're just a number, everything super sucks. But when I got to class at night, it was just, I felt community, I felt home, I felt at peace. Everyone in the class was amazing. It was an amazing environment, and that was like my salvation. But I came to a point where I was like, I don't want the majority of my life to be this 9 to 5 and then just have little sparkles of goodness at nighttime. I want the sparkles of goodness all during the day. You know what I mean? I want that. I wanted to switch the ratio. So that's where I knew that I needed to finish up my degree, get as much skills as I can gain, and that's where I'm at right now. I titled this one, Hiding Behind Smoke and Mirrors. This is like pure vulnerability, and this is strength. So I think they go together, they're the yin and yang. This piece is oil on paper primed with gesso, and basically this piece was inspired by or prompted by aggression and anger. With this painting, I'm showing strength because the fist has, it's petrified. It's almost like a sculpture. It's stone. But here, this is still human. So this is still our vulnerabilities. Certain instances in life prompt us to put up our shield. So this is kind of like that process. It's like here I was vulnerable and I was kind of being attacked and suppressed, and I said, you know what, I don't think so. You're not going to hold me back. You're not going to suppress me. You're not going to keep me down. So that's why the fist is like cement, like stone, like a sculpture, meaning it's super strong. Okay, so this piece is called Forest of Souls, and I painted it in the summer during the Black Lives Matter protests. I also created, Black Lives Matter protest posters so I could join the protest in Piazza del Popolo. Just current situations that happen to me, whether they're good or bad or dramatic, I go home and I paint. So that's that's a self-expression, but it helps me process, get through whatever happened, and so I can move on and, go on with my life. So. This piece right here is called Man with Ascot, and during the summer I did about maybe 10 portraits. What lured me to his photograph were his eyes. I think with all of my portraits, I start with the eyes. I always start with the eyes. Eyes are the window to, eyes are the window to life. You know what I mean? Eyes are the windows to our worlds, I think they're, what we see, and they're also what we take in. So, I mean, eyes are super strong. And yeah, I mean, they convey emotion. You know what I mean? You don't even have to say anything. You can tell, if you know the person, what they're thinking or what's happening to them just by their eyes. All of my portraits, actually all of the portraits that I have painted, that I painted last semester, which is about, well, and the summer is when I started, so probably about 30 portraits. All of these people, even though they are men and women and different nationalities, I just painted myself 25 different times, because each emotion that each of these portraits are expressing is something I have felt very recently. So, like sadness, happiness, joy, strength, weakness, insecurity, vulnerability, all of that I have felt recently. And when I looked at all of these together, I was like, oh my God, trip out. I just painted like the last 6 months of my life. With my art, what I'm trying to accomplish is, I would say, just my artistic voice, my personal visual language is what I'm trying to accomplish. I'm still working on that, I'm still figuring things out. So it's a ever-growing process. So my goal is to continue to evolve, always learn. I am a lifelong learner. Damn it.